What's going on, everybody? Chase and Brandon with iDub Hockey.
Here at Ice in Paradise in Santa Barbara, California. We just got off the rink testing out the new CCM Tacks AS5 Pro hockey stick.
Now we have some real big changes, probably the biggest change in the Tacks line I've seen in quite a long time. So we're gonna go talk through all the things that are going on underneath the hood, some of them quite visually speaking too. But let's talk about feel. 390 grams. We're seeing their new Sigmatex STp carbon fiber that we've seen in the FT5 Pro and the new trigger stick as well. This is just a super elite evolution of that Sigmatex that really helped take CCM sticks to the next level a couple years ago. Now they're doing it once again. So it's lighter with the same level of durability and strength than what we've seen in the past too. So that's how with this mid kick point, 390 grams, really impressive. But let's talk about feel. We've got some of the best sticks coming out in 2022 in front of us. So we're really able to get a good sense here. Brandon, what are your thoughts on just how it feels in the hands, how balanced it is, and all the good stuff?
It was one of my favorite sticks I used today. I thought the balance point was just on point. Felt really comfortable, especially on the mid portion of the shaft here. It just felt really comfortable in the hands. I love the shaft dimensions. I love the grip that you get. Like I mentioned, it just felt really, really good, just natural.
And you know, I know you prefer that more traditional shaft shape, and we see that in the top half here with those straight sidewalls and those kind of squared corners. The raised texture here, just a great addition to it too. And I love the grip too. Grip tack is definitely taken over, that nice sticky grip, but love just having a little extra feel and responsiveness with that raised texture. Everyone wants to know how this shoots. They know that you're more of that power shooter who likes the mid kick, so this is right in your wheelhouse. Tell me about it.
Wow, what can I say? I've been a big Tacks fan. Love the mid kick sticks. I love the power that you derive from them. CCM did one heck of a job at really harnessing power this year, because when I was shooting, they were flying off my blade, especially with my wrist shots. I don't know what's going on, but it helped me out a lot, let's just say that, with my power. I'm very impressed this year, but even with the slappers, you're still getting incredible amount of power coming off from the blade. I just have so much good things to say about this stick. So if that shooter is looking to, really, drive their power and get that goal or get that puck blasting by the goalie, this is gonna be the stick for you. But with that power, what's going on underneath the hood that's really driving this year?
Well, we can just take a look at it. And the first time you hold it in your hands and you're checking out the shaft here, you kind of scratch your head and you're like, something's off here. And you really look at it, it has this V shape to it, so it's a little bit thinner on the bottom portion and it V's out on the top portion of the shaft. But it also bubbles out right near this AS5 Pro logo in the middle. So this does three key things for you as a player, and two are really performance-based. The first one, which is what you spoke to, really help those wrist shots, is that it allows you, the player, to load the stick forward, not downward. So as you're taking that shot and you're putting force, it's really coming down and out. So instead of losing energy by loading the top of the stick down, you're actually loading it from the sides, and that's where you load it from the sides. And as soon as that puck releases, that's where the power just recoils and blasts it through the net. Like we saw today, I mean, your shots were noticeably stronger and harder with this compared to some of the other top line sticks we're using today. Granted, this is the most aggressive mid kick that we used. And the other part of the V dimensions here is that V shape allows them to get a very consistent mid kick flex. So 6 these days are just getting lighter and lighter, but the mid kick is the hardest to make light. So with this unique shaft geometry, you're getting that true traditional mid kick. They're not cheating and making it a hybrid kick point like the Jet Speed, which is a totally different style of player. No knock on Jet Speed, but this gives you that true mid kick point, like you said, right up your wheelhouse. And just tell me how it feels, especially in this bottom portion here, because you have that V shape. How does that feel in the hands to you down here?
It felt great. It's definitely different from other shaft dimensions out there, but it didn't take very long at all to get used to it. Within, I'd say 5 minutes, didn't even feel it anymore, but you definitely notice the power that's coming from here. And I feel like players are very scared of getting a mid kick stick because they think it's all about slap shots. But what CCM's doing is just really accelerating power through wrist shots too. It's really about loading the stick as much as possible to get as much power from in your shot. So really, really cool to see here. I hope that helps a lot of players out there if they're trying to choose between the lines, you know, power here. I was also really impressed with the blade as well, right in my wheelhouse, nice and dampened. But before we get into that feel, yeah, could you walk us through the construction process that CCM did this year?
So we still have that Sigmatex STp coming in, completely weaving around the blade. This is what helps give it that really nice balance feel, especially with that V shaft geometry. Then we have the AccuFeel 2 construction, definitely the most dampened, softest feel out of, you know, any of the tack lines in the previous past. So, you know, getting away from that very stiff, lively feel that I used to love in the Ultra Tacks, but this is now evolving right up to the perfect stick for you. That makes just catching passes a dream. It's not gonna bounce off of the blade. Another key reason why they do that, and I think why you like it too, is as you're taking those shots, even a one-timer per se, is that it keeps the puck on the blade longer, creating more contact as you're shooting. So compared to a stiff, lively blade, it might skip a little bit as you're going heel to toe, the puck is releasing. So since it's sticking the entire time, it's loading up the stick even more. So once it's releasing, again, just kaboom. And that's a really cheesy way of saying this thing just rips. So what were your thoughts? Like we've already talked about, this is an ideal stick for Brandon. So what'd you think of the puck feel?
That's exactly what I noticed. I felt the puck was against the blade the entire way through my shot. Like you mentioned, a lively blade, it feels like it almost bounces, but it definitely rolled through the portion of the blade, ripping it off for a great shot. So it wasn't too dampened, you know. I'm a dampened blade feel type of guy, but it wasn't overly dampened. It was kind of that perfect middle ground. Still had nice stiffness, still had nice feel, but perfect for catching really hard passes like yours. But yeah, I just love the blade. How did you like it?
You know, Tacks and Jet Speed are definitely better geared toward my shooting style as well as my just overall playing style. So I had a whole lot of fun shooting with this. But it's not my style of stick, you know? So as we've said before, to each their own. It's not my personal favorite from CCM, but that's just because that's not how I shoot. But how about you? How does this rank on, you know, the 3 CCM sticks we tested out today?
Out of the 3, this was my favorite. Jet Speed was 2. Ripcore was my least favorite, which is
complete opposite.
Yeah, complete opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope this helped you guys, you know, dial in which CCM stick is going to be right for you guys. If you guys are looking for any more information though, you can hit the link in our description below. While you're here, give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to our channel.